Welcome to the Confidence Igniter podcast, the podcast that was designed to take you from basic to brilliant. And I'm your host today. My name is Tamiko Green. Well, I am so excited about the episode tonight, as always. Our title tonight is Get in Position. I'm going to say that again. Our episode tonight is titled Get Position. I want you to picture a moment in your life when you felt like you were on the verge of something great, an opportunity, a breakthrough, or a major change, and you felt so good about it. It was in your spirit, and you just knew that whatever it was going to happen. And yet, somehow, it didn't happen the way that you expected. Could it been that you were not in position to receive it? See, life is about timing, preparation, and alignment. See, you can have all the potential in the world, but if you're not in position when your moment comes, you'll miss it. So today I am going to show you exactly why positioning matter by breaking it down using three powerful examples. Example one, a football game. Two, an aircraft preparing for takeoff. And three, a woman having a baby. So let's start with the football game. So every player in football or in any sports for that, but we're using football, has a role and a responsibility specific to the position that they're in, right? So let's consider the quarterback. Now, I don't care how good of an arm a quarterback has. When he throws the ball, if that receiver is not in position, then guess what? Play is broken. See, imagine if the receiver is looking out into the crowd and everything is just distracting them at the time that that ball was thrown. See, the opportunity is there, but the ball is in the air. He is not in position to catch it. See, I believe sometimes like we'll be going through things and we're asking God for different things and we're asking him for a breakthrough, but we're standing in the wrong place, distracted, unprepared, hesitant. The opportunity is coming. It's actually already in motion, but we're not ready. We're not ready when it arrives. See, think about some of the greats that are in football, like your Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. See, they don't just take a ball and just throw it at random. No, they don't. They anticipate a movement and the team. I'm going to say that again. They anticipate a movement and the team. And see, life works the same way. Life works the same exact way. See, doors will open, but you need to be ready mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm going to say that again. Doors will open, but you got to be ready mentally, physically, and spiritually. See, because when you are not ready, yeah, the opportunity may present itself and it will, but it'll pass you by. See, let me ask you this question. See, are you ready to run your route? Or are you standing still hoping that success will just find you? You know, so many times we just waiting for something to come and find us. We're not ready to take that necessary step and do what it is that we need to do to make it happen, to get in position. We a lot of times we don't want to do that. So we're waiting as though it's going to show up on our doorstep like the milkman bringing some milk, the stork bringing the baby, you know, the old story that you told, the stork brings the baby, or perhaps the Avon lady come ring your doorbell. I don't even think that happens anymore. So the question is, are you going to wait or are you going to move? Because let me tell you, today you have been cleared for takeoff. Now, let's consider the aircraft, something bigger than a football. Let's consider the aircraft. Okay, preparing for takeoff. Now, imagine that you're sitting on a plane, you all excited because you on your way to on a vacation, or perhaps you just going home. So wherever that destination is, you like really, really excited. See, the pilot has the skills and the plane got the power. I'm gonna say that again. The pilot got the skills to fly the plane, and the plane has the power to get up in the air. The flight path has already been set. So it's not like we got to figure out where the flight path is. It's been set. But here's the catch. Here's the catch right here. The plane just cannot take off. Okay. It just doesn't like, okay, hey, we're at the gate and we just take off. No, no, that's not how it happens. It has to get in position. It has to taxi to the runway and line up correctly so that when it is given clearance, it is able to take off. Many times in life, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to get in position. See, many of us have talents, we have dreams, we have a calling on our life, but it's like we're just sitting at the gate, just sitting at the gate, just waiting, thinking like, hey, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not ready. I'm just sitting here. See, let me tell you, your purpose has already been cleared for takeoff. All you got to do is get in position. Now, for some of us, position looks different. But one thing I can tell you, it's going to require something from you. It's going to require you to let go of the baggage of your past, because a lot of times that's what keep us from getting in position. We have these stories in our head, these stories of what happened in the past, who hurt you, who didn't do this, who wasn't there for you, all of these stories. And in many cases, there's stories that either we made up or somebody else made up or something that just got stuck in your head. And sometimes these stories are based on a fear factor. Whatever that makes you believe that something is impossible, or I gotta wait for the perfect, or some of us is like, I gotta wait for the perfect condition. The perfect condition. There is no perfect condition. Okay. But some of us like, I got to work for the perfect condition until I launch this thing. Everything has to be right. Well, let me warn you of something. There is no perfect position or condition. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is actually now. It's now. Now is the perfect time for you to get in position to make it happen. Just imagine you being on this plane, right? And you're like, man, I'm all excited. And then the pilot called back and say, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I find the perfect position before I even move this plane. You at the gate. What do you mean? The perfect position is at the runway. What are you talking about? See, and every time we delay our position, we delay our flight. We delay doing those things, so our talents. We delay using our talents, our gift. We delay all of that. And I truly believe that what you have, somebody needs. What you have, someone is waiting on. And I mean, maybe you know, you're going back and forth with yourself if you should go back to school to be a doctor or nurse. Maybe you want to be an attorney. And maybe you're going back and forth because maybe the class is too hard, or somebody told you you just couldn't. You're not smart enough. I don't know what it is, but the longer you delay, you're stopping your growth. So you got to get in position at some point, because we all only have so much time on this earth. And with that being said, if you continue sitting at the gate, you would never get to the point where you can taxi. And the question becomes, are you ready to leave the gate? Are you ready to taxi to the runway? And if the answer to that question is yes, then guess what? It is time for you to get in position. It is time for you to get in position and move, because you have it in you. We all do. Like we all experience something in our lives that make us not want to get in position to do something. I mean, you can take me for the podcast. It wasn't like the easiest things, but it wasn't the hardest. I wasn't going to make this like hard, like building a house, okay, with no experience. I wasn't going to do that. But I had to get in position. I had to tell myself, like, hey, girl, you got this. Regardless to what people say, regardless to how people look at you. Because let me tell you something, there's an audience for everybody. Okay. So one person might not like this, but there's so many more that will. And you cannot worry about who won't like what you got to offer, because if they don't like it, that's because it's not for them. It's okay. Everybody is not going to like everything you do. So if you think that you got to wait till you get it so perfect that everybody is going to like it, let me tell you, it's never going to happen. Okay. So let's just throw that out of the window and get in position. Yeah. Hey, well, let's just keep this moving, because now we're going to look at the most powerful example. The most powerful example. Why do I call it the most powerful example? Because it's childbirth. And it's powerful when a woman is in labor. I mean, this baby is ready to come. And here's the thing, if the baby is not in the correct position, okay, it can't be born at that point. See, because it could cause some kind of complication. The labor becomes longer, it's more painful, and sometimes it even requires the doctor to intervene. Yes. But when a baby is in alignment, the body does what it is supposed to do. And I believe that some of us are carrying dreams, goals, visions. Some of us have assignments that we, for many years, have just turned our backs on. Some of us are having contractions and we just fail to push because we have so much going on. Discomfort, not feeling that you can, or not even wanting to try to endure, to try to get in that position. Because let me tell you something, whatever it is that you got within you, it's going to require you to do something. It's going to require you to move. It's going to require you to make some steps, just like the football players. Without getting in position, if you love football or any kind of sports, if they fail to get into position, trust me, you wouldn't like the sports, because you'll be like, look at them. What are they doing? Like, did they practice? Did they practice? Did they rehearse anything? Like, I mean, come on now. They went to camp. What kind of camp did they go to? Like, look at them. They fumbling all over everywhere. What are you doing? But life is the same. Life is the same. I mean, you got to be willing to train. So whatever it is that you desire to do or to be, or that talent, whatever that talent is, all of us have different talents. So you can look at somebody else and be like, man, I would like to do that. No, but if that's not your gift, if that's not your talent, let me tell you something. What you have was meant to impact lives. I'm going to say that again. What you have to offer life was meant to impact life, impact someone's life. It was also meant to impact many people's lives, even once you're no longer on this earth. So you have something. Each one of us have something. I truly believe in my heart that each one of us came to life to give something, to bring something to life. I believe that. But I also believe that there comes a time that we have to make some decisions and say, you know what? I am determined to get in position. Okay, I'm determined to get in position and make it happen. And sometimes positioning starts with your mind. It starts with positioning your mind. See, if you believe that you're not ready, then you'll never be ready. And that's when shifting in your mind, shifting your thinking, to tell yourself, yes, I can. I can do this. And it's not about how old I am. It's not about none of that. If I need to go back to school, I'm going to do what I need to do. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let go some of these distractions. I'm going to let go of the things that are distracting me, that's keeping me from doing what it is that I need to do. If I need to train, I'm going to train. I'm going to prepare in my waiting season. I'm going to prepare in my waiting season. See, you may not be in a football game or baseball game. None of that. None of that. But even they have a waiting season. And in that waiting season, they're strengthening themselves. They're playing. They're training for what's to come. And you have to be willing to train. See, maybe training for you is different from someone else. It doesn't matter. But whatever it is, you got to be willing to do it and stop hesitating. Stop giving yourself excuses. And sometimes, you got to just start taking inventory and looking at where you are in reference to where you want to go. And sometimes you have to make some really hard decisions. And some of those hard decisions come down to saying, you know what, I can no longer be around this person because as much as I may like them, but they don't build me. They tear me down, even when I'm trying to build myself. They tear me down. They tell me what I can't do. They tell me about how all of these things are impossible. When the truth of the matter, the only thing that's impossible is the thing that you failed to try, because the word itself says, I'm possible. Spell it for yourself. I'm possible. I am possible. Say that to yourself. I am possible. What I desire to do is possible. But are you ready? That's the question. Are you ready to get in position? See, are you willing to take this week and make a change? Are you willing to start right now? The moment you hear this, continue to hear the end of this video or go through the entire video, shall I say, are you willing to make a change? See, are you willing to make a step? Take action, massive action. Are you willing to do what it is that you need to do? Or are you still going to sit on the sideline? Or are you going to be at the gate? Or are you going to be the one that's still having contractions but refuse to push? You got some choices. See, you can look out into life and see all of the wonderful things that other people are doing and talk about how it would never happen for you. Let me tell you something. In most cases, we always see the finished product. We didn't see when they were in the dark developing. I'm going to say that again. In most cases, most of us see the finished product. We normally don't see when people are in the dark developing themselves, because that's where the work is. We tend to get happy about the end result. And that's okay if that's your end result. But the truth doesn't matter is when you sitting there developing, when you're trying to figure it out, when you're trying to figure out what do I do next? And sometimes you don't even know anyone to go to ask the question, what do I do next? And thank goodness that we have YouTube and Google and things of that nature that can help you. You can do a Google search or go out on YouTube and somebody will teach you or tell you. But the bottom line is, in many cases, most people don't have someone that they can probably go knock on the door. Hey, can you tell me this or teach me that or whatever? But it's okay. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Because you was designed, you were created for a reason. We were created on purpose, for a purpose. And it's time to get in position. So here's some things I will challenge you this week. I challenge you to write down some action steps that you will take this week to get in position. Maybe that action step for some is just applying for a job. Okay. Maybe some is launching a business or reaching out to a mentor or getting a coach or whatever it is. Maybe you are stuck in a comfort zone and everything on the opposite side of the comfort zone is just kind of scary to you. So I challenge you just to do that much, something different that will make a difference in your life. And as it makes a difference in your life, it'll eventually make a difference in the lives around you. Are you ready to get into position? Ask yourself that question. Look yourself in the mirror and say, am I ready to get into position? Am I ready to take that big step? Am I ready to catch the ball that's being thrown at me? Am I ready to leave the gate and taxi to the runway? Because you have been cleared for takeoff. Now get in position. Well, that has been the message for today. I really hope that you have enjoyed the message. And also, I hope not only have you enjoyed it, but that you will share it, you will like it, and you will tell someone. I really hope that you will take the time out this week and take some action steps so that you can live the life that you truly want to live and let go of those things that are keeping you from getting to where you want to go in life. You have the power. You've been cleared for takeoff. All you got to do is get into position. Well, before I go, I would like to remind you of the Confidence Igniter conference that is coming up on May 10 from 2 to 6 p.m. in Marietta, Georgia. If you would like to come, please go to my website and you can purchase tickets from there at www.tamikogreen.com, and that's Tamiko TAM Green without the E at the end. Once again, that is www.tamikogreen.com, and you will see on the page the link to buy the tickets. Also, just so that you know, a portion of the proceeds will actually go to help feed the homeless. So, you will actually be helping someone that is in need. I really hope to see you there. But until we meet again next week, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for stopping by. You have a great evening. Bye bye.